Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is your main man, RICO ROXX, coming at you live today with another riveting, heart-stopping episode of Social Suicide. This is episode 63, and I have a special guest. Finally, after knowing her for a couple years, Lite Brite has joined the show. What a mind-blowing show this is, folks. In this episode, Lite Brite joins the call, and she talks about her adventure of an event that happened in her life. It's a crazy story, dramatic, ups and downs, family scenes in public. She said she opened it up with, I almost got arrested, she was injured, and she just pours it on out in this call, folks, and she just steals the show. So thank you, Lite Brite. This is RICO ROXX, RICO ROXX, host of Social Suicide, hosted on podbean.com, available on all platforms. Please follow and email me at RICOROXX221@gmail.com. Enjoy this entertaining, really fun episode. Thank you, Lite Brite.
I don't doubt you.
No, but it's interesting because it's not like I hear voices or anything, but at the same time, it's like,
all the time.
If I want to know, because I am expecting guests. Either her.
Oh, man. How was your day?
Right.
Hello,
folks. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, folks. The next person we have on is she's going through some shit. I don't know. You mentioned something in chat, but if we mention what she mentioned, she's going through it right now. So this person is also someone who doesn't usually go through that. So for her to be saying this crazy shit is very. Let's find out what Lite Brite's got to say. Welcome, Lite Brite.
Oh, what I was talking about in the chat.
No, I just try to.
I think I may have broke a bone.
You may have broken a bone. Well, I have a bone I can lend you for a couple hours.
Okay.
But in any case, what happened?
I can't really walk. It's either I have to wear this knee brace, use crutches, or a wheelchair. I cannot walk on my leg.
I was just talking about this accident you were listening in. And now you talk about you got hurt. So did you go through some crazy shit or like what happened, baby? Like, were you biking in between cars and shit like I was?
No, I've had a wild night and a fucking wild day.
Well, I mean, yeah, absolutely. It sounds like a wild time for sure. How are you?
I almost got arrested this morning.
Jeez.
Last night I fell and I may have broke my knee. I'm not sure, but
oh damn.
It's excruciatingly painful. It is so painful.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Before that happened, my kid's dad, MJ, showed up where I was last night and started acting crazy and publicly humiliated me in front of everybody in the middle of the fucking bar. And then acted a donkey ass in the parking lot when he got there. He wouldn't leave the property. He wouldn't leave the premises. So I had to leave because he wouldn't leave.
Damn, they kicked your ass out?
No, they didn't kick me out. They kicked him out, but he wouldn't leave. So Miss Ann, she's
so they had to kick you out because so they kicked you out though.
She was like, he's not gonna leave unless you leave, Sadie. Like,
that's
I don't know what the fuck to do with him, but he won't leave unless you leave. I was like,
but like, was he waiting outside or was he like just
he was outside screaming and yelling in the parking lot. He threw himself on the ground in the parking lot and was just yelling and cussing at everybody.
Like at them or at them? Was he just cussing?
Like at them.
Like, hey, like personal, like, hey, what the fuck are you looking at?
Like he was about to get a beat down because he was yelling and screaming and cussing.
Sometimes, yeah, dude. Damn. Was there anybody around that was willing to beat him down? Was there just like people willing to stand against him?
Yes. Especially
that's a fucked up situation for his ass. That's a fucked up situation.
especially me working there for so long and being the general manager, and then a lot of my
Oh,
regular
whoa!
like
I
very
didn't know
regular
that. I thought you were
customers.
just at some I thought you were at just some random run of the mill bar.
No, I was going to pick my niece up because she works there right
Whoa,
now.
that's even
So
deep.
anyway, I haven't seen anybody since I quit in October, and I miss everybody. That's like an extended branch of my family. I love
Oh,
those
and the
people
plot
very
thickens.
much.
Plot thickens. Not only is it the bar she was general, but you don't even work. You haven't even worked there for a while.
Yeah, I quit in October.
Wow, see, because that like the way you made it sound. So wow, so that even more to the story now, folks. So it's
Yeah, I
she
missed
goes back to
everybody, so I
visit.
wanted to go in and say hey, have a drink, and then I was gonna leave. So I went in, danced
Sure.
some, had a drink, hugged everybody, talked to everybody,
You were
laughed,
shaking that tail
whatever.
feather, or what? You were fucking grind. You were getting that booty down, or what?
No, we were, well, maybe a little bit. Me and Kiki. She's
You
just
get down or
crazy.
what, like, right? You get down. You be booty shaking and shit. You be like grinding, be dancing. You be, like, you know how to move, baby.
If you get the right combination of stuff in my system, I will.
I love dancing. I love dancing with system type of my system, but I even without, I love dancing.
Who is
I
it?
love I love getting down on the get down, folks. I love getting
Yeah,
down. When she mentioned she was dancing, I just pictured Lite Brite just out there getting it. Like, I get
yeah,
it. When I go
I have
dancing, I
lots
go
of.
down. Yeah, no, I love dancing in public. I love dancing in public because you just let yourself go and you fucking get it in, baby.
No, her mom came home early. I told you she should have cleaned that shit
Uh-oh.
up.
Uh-oh.
Mm,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
yeah, say something. That's why I'm letting it be around the corner. Um, ouch! Oh, ouch!
I told you she
Um,
said that's hilarious, cat. Like, Brian, what's going on? So, are you on the way to the hospital?
no, I've got to wait until my Caitlin gets off of work. It's just a lot going on after all that shit at the restaurant and the bar. What is it, patience?
No, so yeah, that sounds so fucked up, like, Bright. Like,
Yeah,
wow,
so
what a
after
crazy
all of
night
that.
for you. And then you left, and he left, or did he get you outside when you went outside to leave? Did he get you?
No, I called his mom to come and pick him up. And I was like, look, you have to come and get him. He's not riding in a vehicle with me anywhere, period. I will leave his bitch ass here. You need
Did
to
you
come and
take
get
him?
him.
Did you bring him there?
Yeah, thank you, Patience. Yeah, well,
Wow,
no.
that even
I
plot
went to pick
thickens.
my niece up, and then he
Good
texted me.
story.
He's like, "Where are you at?" I was like, "I'm picking Kira up from the Dapper." What? And then he showed up.
What a
But
story.
he was fucked up.
Was he on
Um,
alcohol?
of he got a really really bad combination of shit. It's alcohol
Oh,
and Zoloft. Like
oh
that
wow.
is a dangerous
So,
cocktail.
so ultimately everyone really was just looking at it like, hopefully this poor man doesn't get himself hurt in this uh, like random fate. His mouth. I can't talk.
Like
He's in a
so,
stupor.
both
It's fucked
were
up when you
like,
know somebody's in that bad of a stupor,
I
but like
mean,
at the same time, there's consequences. You can't be going crazy.
yeah.
You gotta
But
handle your
see,
shit.
I
If you
used to
can't handle
talk
your
about
shit,
it
you
like
can't be doing shit.
I always loved being
Yeah.
at work. Um, because I got to be away from him and didn't have to deal with him, and that was like my
Wow.
place. And
Jesus Christ.
like I would share stories here and there. Hey, Lizzie. I would share stories, here and there, whatever. And I mean, I don't expect people to believe me anymore because unfortunately that is one of the very ugly truths about, narcissistic abuse, especially with malignant covert narcissists. They're so good at
Hundred
hiding it
percent.
from the whole fucking world
A
that,
hundred
I would
percent.
share a story here and share a story there, but they would talk about me behind my back
Yeah.
like she's just, she's exaggerating. What did you
She's
say,
telling.
patient? Unlock the door
She's telling. All right, folks. Oh, what up, patience, little
But
P? I call
anyway,
her Master P. Hold on, like, let me just take a pause
um,
here
So that way you know
to
for sure
explain.
as well.
Oh, what up, P? What up,
thank you. I
Master
love you. Be
P?
careful.
What up, Matt? Can she hear
Oh,
me?
Enrico says, hey.
Tell her I said hi,
No, we're
Master
talking
P.
on what? Oh, Rico says, hi, Master P.
Yeah, Master P.
No, we're
Okay.
talking on walkie talkies. Like, that's how serious this situation is right now. Like,
Dude, we're gonna continue talking Lite Brite. It's just like Lite Brite. She's not even talking about past story, folks. I just want anyone in the chat here to realize she's telling a story that happened at current time. This is today. Is happening right now in her life. So she's hurt. So we're getting to this climax. Let's not get lost on the guy now. So, what did you fall? What happened? Like you left the place?
No, well, no, I fell here on the tile floor here.
So after, like, this is hours later, you just fucking randomly fell?
This is like right after all of this happens at the restaurant. The owner, one of the owners and his wife, I mean, because they know him too, they're familiar with him. They gave him a ride to his mom's house. I was like, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll text you the address, at his mom's house. So, they took off, got him in the car and took off to take him to his mom's. And, me and my niece and her cousin, which her cousin is one of the owner's granddaughters. It's like a big family run, whatever. But anyway, so we left, and then right after that, got out of the truck and come in, and I slipped on the tile and landed. I mean, everything, all of my body weight, the whole fall fell on my right knee, which so happens to be the right leg where my femur was broken. So to fix that, they took my kneecap off, inserted a metal rod against my femur, and put 2 screws behind my kneecap, put my kneecap back in 2 screws in the upper part of my femur for the metal rod. And I landed right on those 2 screws. I felt my kneecap slide sideways, and I felt that towel bang those screws into the back of my kneecap.
Like oh, you could feel just the metal like grind into itself, like.
I mean, no, not just grinding like these. I mean, oh, I thought maybe they got broke off, or
impaling, you would say, or would it be like just completely obliterating? What's the term we can use here?
Like pushing. I don't know. Pushing it all the way through.
No, it's fucking. It is. It is crashing into.
It's horrible. It is so painful. If I move wrong, I'm in tears, literally crying out loud, sobbing. It's so painful. And I handle pain well, you know.
What are you doing right now to take it? Like icing it, wrapped it up, or?
I took a hot bath with Epsom salt and soaked in it for a while to see if it would help the swelling. But I've got ice and a heating pad and whatever. But I can hardly move to get dressed. I haven't used my dressing stick since the wreck.
Like, I'll tell you this. You got fucked up. Okay, let me tell you, you got fucked up last night.
I hope to. No, I wasn't. Well, yeah, I got fucked up.
No, I mean your body. Like,
right.
I'm talking about your.
Oh yeah, I got it right.
No, you got fucked up last night, and I'll tell you, baby, you're gonna be okay. Okay, I just want you to know that now. So I don't know.
Yeah, I know. And really, this is, I don't know. I've anticipated this event. I didn't know how it would happen or how it would go.
You're pessimistic ass Lite Brite. You're a little no, but that's actually kind of a great thing. I don't know. You kind of got messed up in a weird way, though.
To get 100%, rid of him, 100%. Like really rid of him.
Whoa! See, now you just
not stalking me.
What do you think that's gonna do? Like, you think that? I didn't even notice. I didn't even think of that part of it. That's interesting. You mentioned that. What do you mean it'll keep him away? Like, what aspect of you getting that happening? I don't get that.
No, that happened, and it spurred me to, like, I'm washing my hands of him. I'll interact with him only, like, I've got
why? Because of this event
processed and finalized.
Like, what happened next time? Like, next time, like, what, you're gonna just turn the other way and ignore him, kind of deal?
No, Rico. Like, right, I was talking to patients on a walkie-talkie. Everybody in my house right now has a walkie-talkie. So if something happens in anywhere in the house, everybody's got a walkie-talkie. Push the button and talk, so we all know what's going on.
What do you mean in the house?
Through that door.
What do you, like, you're saying, like, you guys are just say have the walkie-talkies be so if he comes around, you guys alert each other?
Yeah, like, Rico, I'm afraid for my life, seriously, right now.
Well, listen. Don't. Don't be silly. Don't be silly. Don't be too scared. Okay, because let me
No,
tell you.
it's not silly. No,
No,
it
I'm not
is
saying you're being silly, but
seriously.
check this out. Like I'm not like sorry, but just want you to understand. Like he sounded fucked up recently, and so it's like it's unless he's very fucking athletic to continue that level of craziness long term. It's interesting. Usually they need a day recharger. If you look like a couple day
He
recharge.
has great stamina. You have no idea.
Really down. I'm kind of a little jealous of this
I
guy right
mean,
now.
ridiculous. And he's already tried to kill me once. Thank God
You're
I did.
dumb, man. Man, that's insane. That's insane.
But
That's
people,
insane.
that's the thing about narcissistic abuse. I'm like, what the fuck do you think I'm doing this shit for? Just to make it look like it's a big deal? No, I'm afraid for my fucking life, people. I'm not
And no
exaggerating.
one's and literally that's the interesting thing. Another interesting thing about this thing you're mentioning is this idea of having cognitive washing your hands with him, but he's technically still within your range physically. So even if you want to not think about him and say that person is a long longer apart, I just don't give a fuck about them. They're just done. But then they're like, well, hey, unless there's fucking someone gonna restrain me away from you, I'm gonna come to where you're at because then why wouldn't they?
He's
Because
not going
that's
to
the
care
thing.
about a restraining. He doesn't give a shit about that stuff.
Exactly. So that is trippy.
It's just
That's
a
trippy
piece of fucking
because
paper.
so wow, this guy's coming after you.
Yeah,
And
and
like,
he
does he is
came in to
holy
get
shit?
some clothes and stuff earlier, and he was on his way out the door. I thought he was leaving, and he rushed back to the bedroom and went through the bedroom and into the closet. And luckily, I'm fucking smart like that. I went in the closet and I got the guns, and I moved both of them and stashed them in other places in the house. He went back just to get that gun. And he was like, "Where's it at?" I was like, "You don't need that. You're not gonna get it. I won't tell you where it is. You're not getting a gun. Period. No weapons for you. Sorry, bub."
And what
And
was
he was
and
like,
then he
"What?
just was
What?"
like, okay,
No, he was like, "What's your what? Do you think I'm gonna come back through the house to shoot you and kill you or something? You think I would really kill you? I'm not gonna kill you."
all right, folks.
Like, this
Wow.
shit is wild.
Well, and damn, well, Lite Brite, I do thank you for coming on. And my day, I like how you asked me how my day was so casually, and then you're just sitting on that.
I always ask you how your day is, though.
I know, but I could have just went off on an hour tangent. You could have never told this, but I was when I instead of talking, I was like, I'm gonna flip it on here right now, and I was like, good, how was your day? Because I had a feeling something told me instead of telling you how my day was that I wanted to hear how your day was, and bam, and look what happened, folks.
Yeah,
She
my
pulled that up.
day has been really crazy.
Wow,
And
thank you for
twice
sharing me.
I've almost fainted and just passed out because I couldn't catch my breath. I would just be so upset I couldn't breathe and then start hyperventilating and couldn't slow down.
Is he gonna move? Is he moving out? That's the deal. Like shit like this kind of idea. Like,
Well, I mean, yeah, this is not, I mean, he just is now realizing that he actually has lost control of the situation. And so he is spiraling. It's like now that he's realized he's lost control of this for
oh
real,
yes,
he
he made an
has
ass of
armed a
himself. He
bomb.
made an ass of himself last night, didn't he?
He did
And he
in
made.
front of everybody.
Damn, how bad was it? How bad did he make an ass? Not to get personal if you don't want to, but like how? But like, was it like 10 out of 10 ass at himself? Just like the full, yeah,
20 out
it
of
happens.
10, like way
Just
over the
shitting on the
top.
floor, just like sitting there in a pot. Man, I've had that happen to me before too. I'll tell you, I've had those couple
Way
of
over
those
the top.
moments where I've been fucking just made a dick at myself. But some events are worse when you're like, did he get his ass? Did he get hurt physically, or did he just disappoint a lot of
No,
people?
um, no, well, people were observing how he was treating me. He was yelling and screaming at me, and stupid bitch, you fucking retard. Why are
Wow.
you so goddamn dumb? The fuck is your problem? You're always fucking up. Why are you doing this shit? Blah, 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 blah. Making shit up in his head. Like, I was
He was just having a mental, like
killing.
like a mental break kind of deal.
Flipped his fucking wig, yeah.
And let me tell you, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Was when he was telling you this, was like as a just to get your perspective as a on that side of it. What would you have rather just how it played out, or have some random dude been like step up instantly, like what the fuck, like shut up, don't talk to her like that, like step in, because it's interesting as a bystander when you see stuff like that. Sometimes you don't even know what the girl or the person on that side of it is. You
Well,
instantly
see,
be the
a
hero,
lot
but
of
then
these
what if
people
the
were my customers that I waited on, and they saw this, and they were really upset. And I mean, there were 4 men at
like,
one
hey sir,
time
shut up, you can't be doing
that
that here.
were cracking their knuckles, literally. Like Sly, he was cracking his knuckles. He was, straightening out his shirt and emptying his pockets, and he looked at me, and I looked at
No
him, and
way.
I shook my head no. Like, Sly, don't even, don't do it. And so
Yeah, so
everybody
that's
just
okay.
went
That guy
in.
Sly was thinking what I was thinking last night, because if you don't like it, I could stop this. Like we don't. But it's like, it's fucked up because it's tough. It's hard for people to hear that. I'll tell you. Let me just say about this myself, man. Not to give away too much. I don't want to lose my mysteriousness here, but when people yell at other people around me, like that shit makes me uncomfortable.
It freaks
Like
me the fuck out. So I know how they were feeling, but if they would have
I
intervened
don't like that shit.
and
I don't like that shit.
fought and whooped his ass
I
or
would like.
whatever, not only would
I
have
don't like.
been worse right
I'd
then,
rather not hear that.
but
I'd rather not hear that.
it would have made it worse for me after the fact too.
Fuck that, dog.
Um,
Fuck that shit, dog.
so
But
yeah, but
it's fucked up though,
I've got
man.
to get the police involved, and now I have to call his job and talk to his captain and tell his captain what's going
Let me
on.
let me ask you this: in that situation, is it better to just take a guy like that and hurt him right there on site, like just say enough's enough, like you're gonna get hurt, or is it just tell them to stop in a nonviolent way, or just because, man, I really want to fucking put violence on that, not like on death or nothing, but like if a dude's fucking abusing a girl in front of me, like I feel like
No, I feel like they should get their fucking
at least attacked,
throat.
like because I would if
Yeah,
I can't even beat him though, but like at least fucking go at him.
punch that throat a couple of really good times and hurt that man.
I'm not a great
You
fighter.
know?
I suck at fighting. I suck at fighting, but I'm down to fight. That's my thing. Like I'll fucking fight, dude. I don't give a fuck. But I'm really not that good at it. But I'm getting better. And so like I have good tools. Like my body's strong and like I have good body control. But combat is a separate thing. And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not the fucking greatest. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting better. I haven't practiced in a while. But
But what's really strange? I was looking at pictures and stuff, and then when I saw him earlier today, like there was the look on his face. It was soulless. Like his eyes were soulless, not like black, but just totally soulless. Like there was nobody there. He was not.
was he
It
in good
almost seemed
hygiene?
not human, is what it seemed like. And then
Damn,
looking
that's
at
crazy.
photos, and I'm like, oh my God. And I said it to Patience. I was like, Patience, is his bone structure changing? Like, look at these photos. This doesn't
In what
even look
way?
like the
What
same
do you mean
fucking
bone structure?
person.
What do you mean bone structure?
Like his cheekbones, like the structure of his face. Like he's always had a broad, square jawline, but like his cheekbones, it's not because he has fat cheeks. His
Yeah, no,
actual
with that,
cheekbones are like getting broader, like more. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but that's the best I can like.
let me try to explain it. Because I've been thinking about what you're talking about. I've been thinking about it and like looking at people. I've been trying to describe what this like the drug look is. That looks what can you attain that to? I think it's the thing that causes it. Hello, folks. The next person we have on has the biggest dick that side of Mississippi. Welcome, Venom Havoc.
Buenos días, buenas noches. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just thinking. But I know what you mean about like the hood looking in someone else's eyes and you don't see them no more and their face looks different a bit.
It's fucked up. It's a fucked up thing though, but it definitely is it's a sign of there's some error. I actually don't want to describe it, but I
Like an
understand what you're fucking
entity,
talking.
like he's a fucking demon.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
kind
no,
of partial
yeah.
possession or they
Because it
just,
was ominous. Like I could feel it. It was ominous.
you feel the
I'm fearful.
negativity and all the bad tension and everything coming all at once and just like this is going to end badly if I stick around or don't do nothing about it.
Yeah, I mean, but it didn't happen just all at once. Like the picture that I was looking at where I really noticed it, like he doesn't look like the same person. He doesn't even look like human. He looks really, it's
like an
very
empty
spooky.
vessel.
And this picture was taken like before Christmas.
That's a bad way to put New Year, New
Hey, let
You.
me tell you this. That sounds like he's actually that sounds like a sign of bad health. Honestly, actually, like you might need to get him help if he's looking that crazy, because that could be like being near death. Like could be like a
He
near
just
death
went to the
state.
doctor last week.
No, can you imagine though if you look that crazy? What if you're about to die? Like, what if he's literally like fading into death, and like that's what you look like right before you die? You change.
Well, then I guess I'll be $250,000 richer.
Well, yeah, that's not. Well, no, that's what I'm saying. But it's not an age thing, so it's not. That's the difference between that and this is you can reverse that. Where he's at, he could start recovering if, like, let's say you just get super healthy again. But if he's again, maybe it's a sign of bad health.
But how
Like
they say,
very.
like somebody, he can feel like either they're going downhill or just something's really
His
bad
body,
around
yeah,
them.
his body's shutting
And
down. His
then you
body's
don't want
shutting
to be
down.
around it, and then you leave them alone, and that's the worst thing you could do to
Well,
somebody in that
see,
state.
I lean
Oh
more
yeah, you should
toward
help them,
the
huh?
other
But it's fucked up.
because
They could be
he's got
functioning
a
if they're
clean bill
functioning.
of health from the doctor last week. The only thing wrong
Oh,
with
okay. I thought
him.
he was looking crazy. Like I thought you said, like the way you described it, like he looks crazy. His
No,
bones are like.
no. In fact, I'll send you a picture.
I was like, dude, this guy is
The
about to die.
like I'm serious. It's
No,
creepy
because I know
looking.
when you're that sick, your body just starts being like, "Fuck, dude."
But I don't think it's
Yeah,
sickness. You have to understand where he works. Like
I'm not talking sick like a
dentists,
cough sick though. I'm talking
lots
like a
of his
sick.
time.
Yeah,
Murderers, the worst of the worst.
yeah. I'm not
Sickest
exactly. I'm
in
talking a
a
mental sick.
men's
I'm talking like
maximum
sick.
facility. Like fucking sick
That's
people.
crazy.
Yeah, sick.
Exactly,
So there's all
exactly.
kinds of spirits and demons and shit that he could be bringing around with him. You know, it's fucking nuts, and it spooked me when I noticed
Wow,
it yesterday.
wow. This is what you just said right now, Lite Brite. Did you just hear? I've actually have like, whoa, that's kind of mind blowing. Let's look at that. Let's not pass that. She just said he works in a place with a bunch of spirits and souls and this, and then he could bring them around. Like imagine
Hmm.
that. Then who? Like, let's say
They
you never
attach
thought that.
themselves to you.
No, but imagine this, like someone never looked at world in a spiritual, like that spirit exists or a demon, and they're just thinking like things in a physical way. We're like, oh, there's ganja, and like they're definitely fucked up creature, animal guys in there, and it's crazy. You gotta become an assassin of the mind, a killer. But this concept of being able to, okay, like take something with you or give something or be this. What if you are the thing that is like, so the thing that took him? What? Imagine that thing, that was one of the spirits in the jail. Now it's in him, like it got him, like ha ha ha, it got like
Yeah,
he
Yeah,
got
I
fucked.
mean,
Like,
some of these
imagine that
people, if
process,
you
like
knew
that's
what
a
they
hell of a
did,
process.
oh my God,
Can you
and
imagine the
if they
concept
don't
of
want
not
to believe
jumping?
it, they don't want to believe it.
Jumping in like can you imagine, folks? Like what she's just describing, which is a crazy concept but
Yeah,
beautiful.
I've been through it. I've been through it.
okay. Check your Instagram, Rico.
But I actually heard somebody say this before, and it's kind of crazy because before they told me this, I never thought that. Like I stayed out of prison 31 years because I always thought if I got locked up for life, my life would be over. That's what I thought to myself. Even right now, I'm like, well, shit, if I go and just murder people, like okay, when I know I'm being in prison, which is prison life, like gang, 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 right? Or don't do that. Don't murder people a bunch and just stay under the radar. But I realized that. Well, now you're even saying it, like, whoa, the guys that are in prison or that are stuck in there for life, they think to themselves, like, I got plenty of time. I have to do something right now. Let's learn rituals, or like, I don't even know exactly how the
Santa Muerte, yeah,
I
pray
don't
so
even,
that they
I don't
help.
even understand what the fuck any of that is, to be honest with you. But that's a mind blowing concept because how crazy, that's so powerful and crazy.
It's the Grim Reaper, the angel of death. They pray
Well,
to it and they
What?
promise it. They promise it all this stuff, and then to help
That's
them
next
out,
level,
and then
folks. That's next level. Sorry,
yeah, they promise it everything that they can, and like for it to help them out, and if they don't do what they said they're gonna promise, like to give, you know, the Santa Muerte, it's not gonna go after them. It's gonna go after everything they love, because they know it's gonna hurt them more.
do you check your Instagram messages, Rico?
Not yet, but can I tell you guys honestly? in my personal journey, I've put myself in really interesting situations just for the sake of adventure in life, and I just have to get through shit. And if I would have never done this and lived this life, perhaps just stayed in the hometown, maybe I wouldn't have been meeting. Definitely wouldn't have met these people, but I actually have in this case. And so this has been something as a young man going through life, and then all of a sudden meeting these people without even thinking about it previously. And then when I'm watching this, and I'm like, wow, these motherfuckers are lost their fucking mind. And then but I'm listening because I'm right there next to them day in and day out. And I'm just watching them and listening and just like to see how deep it goes. Like listening to what the fuck they're saying. Just schizophrenic screaming into the fucking abyss. Just interacting with their environment and just
yelling at things that aren't there, or at least that you don't see.
Like an entire fucking play of a dialogue. Like they're just fucking going to, like you talking to that thing. And then but I always thought it was just whoa, they're just like schizophrenia. But then this one, well, because it is, they go into a phase where they're just like going through it. They're just fucking just for hours just talking to their thing. But then they come out of it for a while. And I talked to this girl that I met, and she was really, when she was normal, she was fucking just an OG, just right there mentally, just like fucking just on a high-minded, intelligent, just cool person, nice person, fucking super like nice to be around, fucking just a cool like person to fucking vibe with. They're always just like just dad, just treat you well, treat them well, just a very pleasant person. And then so when she would do her thing, no one would trip. No, but then one day she described something to me. She was like, I was like, what is this? Like she was like, and she mentioned that she's like, okay, what happens is guys in prison. She told me this girl that had schizophrenia. She told me that when this thing that she's yelling, this voice that takes over, is a spirit in prison. She told me that. She said, I have a demon that took over me, and I was like, bitch, you got schizophrenia. But like that's what I was thinking, like, bitch, you got schizophrenia. But she told me because no one ever told me that before. She's like, I didn't even think about that, and I was like, really? I was like, you have a demon? Like, that's what it is? I thought you were just crazy. And I was like, yeah. She told me, she was like, yeah, it's fucked up. She's like, they take, I don't remember how she told me, but she's like, they take fucking girls, and they fucking jump into a girl. These guys that are on death row and shit, they jump into women, and they just fucking, it's like they make them say really dirty, nasty things, and like, it's crazy.
Yeah, prison is wild.
But can you do that shit out of prison? That's my question, because I want to do that to people. I want to jump into people and make them go fucking crazy.
Hell no, you don't.
Yes, I fucking do.
You think you do.
I'd rather make them go crazy as in like enjoying life.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe, perhaps. No, but I'm just saying I want to do it even if it's for 2 seconds. Like, don't fucking Lite Brite. Please don't confine me. I'm not saying I'm gonna do it forever, but just the ability to. It's not to do it because I need to do it, but just to know I could do it if I wanted to. Like, how does someone do that?
No idea.
I don't know. Or do I dabble too deep? Is that better to just not even learn some things?
No, never.
Because I like that. I like the concept. Like I like interesting powers. Like
it's actually skill. Sometimes it's better to just actually know, and probably be best not to experience it, but just to at least know and like research it and understand.
Yeah, maybe I don't need to take over a body, but at the same time, if that's a thing, that's a fucked up. Like, is it like, and can they just get anybody? Like, do they
just like mentalism or the ones that like hypnotism?
It's just how do they get the person? Like, is it like how do they like? That's kind of crazy. Do they choose the person, or is it a random person?
They just see like certain things that'll trigger them and to make them
that they can get into.
Yeah, like some people are easier to get into type of deal. Some people are fucking are just like, yeah, that's fucked up. No one's ever gotten into me. Dude, I never hear nothing. Like, I actually am very not spiritual, and it kind of sucks, but I'm logical. Like, I've never seen ghosts. I don't fucking hear, like, nothing. Like, I don't fucking hear nothing. I don't fucking, like, my shit's, like, in that part of my fucking, my mind, I'm just, like, I'm fucking, that part didn't get turned on. It's kind of crazy. It's all, my mind is my mind, but it's so interesting when I hear fucking shit like that, because I'm like, how the fuck? Like, I don't see fucking ghosts. I don't fucking feel nothing. Like, I've never felt, like, the haunted house vibes, like, nothing. That shit, I don't like shit. Don't get to me. Shit, I've begged. I've screamed for demons. I've fucking called demons out. Like, please show yourself. Let me feel you. Like, nothing.
No, I would never. Oh my goodness, Rico.
Yeah, nothing. And I never fucking. They never got me. Like, I've never even felt nothing. Like, actually, you know why though? But I've always thought since when I was a young kid and I've asked demons to come get me, I knew that if they came, they would have to get me though. That's the thing. I knew, like, if they want to come get you, they have to deal with you. You are not nothing. Like, I always thought that mentally, like, the spirit, like, if they're a ghost, I got a body and a mind. They got something, but I got that as well. I am a spirit and a body. They want my body, but I have the body, and I am the spirit within the body. So they would have to get
know that you own your body.
Well, yeah, your power is great. Like, I will have to. I feel like my power could vanquish that. Would vanquish them. So yeah, they come and get me, baby. And I might regret those words, but I don't believe so. I believe we have the body thing. Having a body is a thing to get, but it's a desirable thing as a demon. Probably, like, to not have a body makes you weaker. But if you can somehow get a body, that, like, the guys who get the body and the spirit are strong.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't talk to the dead. I may see them, but I never speak to them.
They're even like,
man.
It's hard for me to imagine since I haven't, but yeah, it's hard for me to imagine. But I am. Just please don't discount. Like, I don't mean to discount stuff, but I definitely would love to talk about it because to me it's so fascinating. But man, I used to listen to schizophrenics and maybe people like this. I don't even know. And since I didn't know about that, I wonder how many different ways people get their body or their mind took and are lost. Because when they go into this other state, this other thing, just screaming like and talking, like, holy fuck! It could be some part people that are just mentally break. Some people could be like took out the prison thing. How many different ways can it happen? Like, so maybe it's not even the same way. So, but I used to see a lot of people like that, and it was crazy.
My sister-in-law is a paranoid schizophrenic, and my mom's very best friend for like 40 years. She's also a paranoid schizophrenic, and my aunt, my mom's sister, or one of her sisters is a paranoid schizophrenic also.
Yes. And if anybody who's never been around that, it's this concept. It's hard for people who never have, but it's an interesting thing as a human. It is
very interesting sometimes, and sometimes it's really creepy.
Sometimes it's very
scary too.
It's very uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm like, fuck that.
Yes, because
Mike's sister's not even like their mom. She's like, you can't stay at my house past 8 o'clock. You gotta go, because she's threatened to hurt her. Hurt her mom. So she's not even really allowed over there very much, and her kids have been taken away from her. She always checks herself out of the hospital. They need to just, put her in the hospital, not willingly, make it happen. That's what she needs.
Wow.
But that doesn't happen.
The demon thing right now. I'm tripping on the spirit thing right now. That shit got me fucked up.
Did you look at the pictures? That shit is like...
not yet, like, bro. I swear. You want me to look right now? Is it important to the conversation? This type of deal? I'll look right now.
Well, I mean, I just wanted you to see them so you could kind of see what I mean.
Oh, so let me comment on this, folks. She keeps poking me here. I just thought it was a good time, but she keeps mentioning this.
Well, you brought it up.
What did I think? I'm still right now, so hold on.
You were talking about a spirit thing, so that cued me to ask you if you looked at them. I thought you did.
Let me look. I'm looking. Where did you send it?
Where did Instagram.
All right, let me see. I don't have a message from Lite Brite, folks.
Mm-hmm.
I did not have a message on Instagram from Lite Brite, folks. So Instagram. Oh, what's your name on there? Is your name? Nope, your name ain't there.
Lite Brite 7812.
Let me refresh here, folks. Let me refresh the page here. Yeah.
Hey, let me let y'all go. I gotta answer this phone call.
Hey, brother, thank you for commenting on that, man. It's crazy you know about that, right? I think you would know about it. A lot of people don't know about that shit, dog. But thank you. I really love you.
I've been through it, and it sucks. And don't ever mess with a Ouija board. I can give you that. And do not ever do that.
But you have to talk about that. Why? But later. But you gotta go. But I love you. But at the end of the day, folks, believe in your power, because the body is what they want. Any spirit wants the body, but you have the body. You have to remember that. If you can remember that,
it's your body.
Yeah, if you could just master your mind to your body, it's really. I had nothing. Even when I'm fucked up on needle, when I used to do shoot up drugs, even when I would be up for, like, even when I was just tripping, my mind was tripping, and I'm just wandering around going crazy myself. It was always me. It was always Rico Roxx just having his lips.
And then once you calm down, you're like, well, what the fuck was I thinking or saying? Or
Oh, it was
like,
never like, but no, it was just me being like kind of reckless. But at the same time, I never went. It wasn't like no one. Like, it was nothing like a demon. It was never like I never lost my dialogue and was talking to other voices. It was always just me. Like it was. So that's interesting because I was in the state where I was around schizophrenic, homeless, fucking doing needles. But so and technically, I was like, it'd be fair that I would be susceptible somehow. See you later.
don't mean to cut you off. I gotta go. Sorry.
But yeah,
Okay.
but my mind must be fucking crazy. Like somehow I am completely like I would die with my mind controlled, and that's I'm not like I like that fact because shit, niggas, dude.
I don't know. Are you not RICO ROXX on Instagram?
No,
That's what it says.
I'm hyper theorist methodologies. Hyper theorist methodology. Anybody who doesn't have my Instagram is hyper theorist. I'm gonna put.
What did I do?
Now, it's crazy to me, Lite Brite, because it's usually mentioned because I don't talk to many people about this, and it's something that has always been fascinating since I talked to that girl and my experiences I've had. Like, cause I don't talk about my dark, like all these crazy things I've been through too much, like in the crazy shit. Like I talk a lot, but I don't necessarily get into specific stories all the time. And it's like some of the crazy shit is that's crazy. It's like the whole losing your mind thing, and because when I saw that, I realized like, whoa, this exists. Like just walking through the field of zombies, just like, wow. Like just in there with him, and it's like, damn. Like, am I just gonna be like this? Am I gonna be like this as well? Am I putting myself? Should I turn around now? And then guess what? I never did. I never did turn around, and I fucking went into the fucking darkness, and still, so it's like, wow, like just sit here and still talking to you. My goodness, folks.
I don't know. I used to be. That spirits are different. Like my house is haunted. I see Albert all the time. He doesn't bother me, whatever, but I definitely never tried to talk to him and won't. Feel like that's just going to open the door for other spirits or whatever to try and talk to me. And like that shit can be really intrusive, like to your thoughts. And I'm just not going to go there. Okay. Ouch.
All right, as far as getting better goes, though, Sadie Mae has sent me a message. And, thank you. Anybody who doesn't
Sadie Mae on there? I didn't know.
Yeah, both our names are what we didn't expect. You're like, I'm Lite Brite, which was false, and then you thought I was RICO ROXX, which is false. You think I'm basic? What do you think I'm just RICO ROXX? Like I'm just gonna be RICO ROXX everywhere? Hell no, baby. I'm hyper theorist methodologies. That's my Instagram, baby. No, but that honestly, I am RICO ROXX mostly everywhere, folks. As far as my
first one, here's this one.
Yeah, look at my profile, baby. Like you should. I went crazy documenting my last couple years. I haven't done lately, but I have some shit on my Instagram that if people actually went and looked, it's fucking like it's beyond legendary, and it's something I don't really trip about. Like it's gonna always just be there now, but it's just hours of footage, like the video footage of just in the middle of the fucking me at my just fucking free, and not saying I'm not free anymore. I'm still free. I'm living in a hotel by myself right now. I'm fucking free as fuck. And so it's not necessarily I'm not free, but I was free in an even different sense. It was going a whole, just a different experience, but at the same time, folks. So my Instagram, folks, my point is hyper theorist methodologies. It's hyper theorist, theorist, theorist methodologies. Hyper theorist methodologies. That was actually my business I was going to start. Before podcasting, before I even heard podcasts, I was thinking like, what the fuck? Like I wanted to start making YouTube videos, and I did make a couple. And I was like, I'm gonna just come out as an influencer, a talker on YouTube, and try to just share my thoughts and be like, fucking, be prolific of the mind. And, and so I started my fucking hypertheoristmethodologies.com. I actually got an LLC. I even got an LLC, Hypertheorist Methodologies LLC. Like I was like, I'm gonna have a business. And then boom, and then I went like the floor fell from my. I just like dark hole, boom. Like, out of nowhere, so I killed it. It was like when I landed somewhere else, like when I landed, boom, like halfway after the like a bunch of shit, like I'm like halfway, not halfway, but I like after the fucking a pretty crazy event from like, well, I'm about to start my business, and then all of a sudden, floor from under you. Then I come first step out of that, and then I'm like RICOROXX.com. And that's when I started RICOROXX.com instead. So I was like, Hypercurious Methodology is done. Now it's RICOROXX.com, and then I started Rico Roxx Social Suicide, and it was like fuck that. And so it was like my Instagram was before the podcast, so that's why it's still Hypercurious Methodologies, folks. To just get back into my Insta, so follow the Insta. And now we can look at the picture, folks. Thank you. Let's see what she got. Wow. She's sending me pictures of her and the guy. So the pictures that change. Let's see here. Give me 2 seconds here. These are fucking. Let me see it again. Like, you know how when you're checking someone's ID, if you don't look quick, it's like to actually sit there, like the people are real picky. Like, I'm gonna make sure it's the same guy here. See what's going on. I'm just look at both of them for just a second, real quick. Scan this other one. Try to look at the angle where airlines at. All right.
Do you see what I mean? That's creepy to me.
Lite Brite. Yeah, it looks like he's a little more dramatic, but at the same time, it looks like he's just aging. At the same time, too, like, and that second picture though, he's in like a business attire. Like, if you like, he kind of was set up, because in the first one he was more out in public and he was like looking young and just like a young person, like a night. And then the second one, it's not like he was all like, I think you gave him too much credit on that, because it's like, it looks like some weird corporate picture. It's like a fucking school picture or something.
No,
I don't know who the fuck
like
he's standing in front
of his face, like.
I know, but like that's it's the very front of his face. Like, it's a very bad angle. Like, it's like just direct front. Like, the other one's all like side and detail.
Well, that's
and
a
like
professional. That's like a.
Do you have another picture? Do you have another picture that you could send for the second one?
Actually, well, maybe.
Because that second one is not really. Like, it's hard for me to tell. Like, it just looks like he just lost a little youth. Like, he was super. Like, it looks like he put on some weight. Definitely a little.
A lot of photos of him.
Well, exactly.
It
looks like he looks like he got just thicker. He looks like he just got thicker, like a lot thicker. He got thick as hell, dude. He blew up. He's like swollen.
Oh my god! I just came across a picture with his chin busted open, like you can see the meat and tissue inside of his chin.
You're gonna send me that? She said, "Lite Brite, folks. It's unfortunate that the podcast not fortunate for the people who are listening to this, because you're not here in the studio with me and Lite Brite. But she's sending me these pictures here on Instagram. Thank you for joining and listening to the show. This is Rico ROXX, the main host here on podbean.com. Me and Lite Brite have been hashing it out for a couple years now. And wow.
Yeah, it has been a couple years, huh?
What a beautiful talk, Lite Brite. I really appreciate you coming on. We've had such a great talk so far, and it's just, you talk so well. You're so eloquent. I'm using words I don't even know the definition to, folks.
Really? I can't believe you chose that word. That's wild. Well, thank you, though.
Is that a bad word or a good word for you?
No, it's just you're not the first person to tell me, you think that I'm eloquently spoken.
Well, maybe I just know how to talk. Maybe I think that's a good thing. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad I said that, because
me? I'm eloquently spoken? I don't understand why you would think that.
Well, no, I think you know why the fuck. I think it's not like it's unconscious. You don't say you don't say you know too much, I don't think. Like, you fucking, you wait your turn, you're fucking understanding. You're a great speaker. I love talking to you. There's some people that are so
that makes me feel good. Thank you.
Yeah, but to me, I always think that people know that they do that, but and they just are just because they just take it as it comes for sure. It's not like you're predicting me, but you know how to take the waves. People they can talk to people and they aren't getting fucking mad about little shit, or they're not just getting too impatient, even though they technically could get impatient. Like, hey, why do you keep coming? Yeah, or start getting like just bored. No, some people are just like, I'm gonna let them do the thing because they know it's like a give and take, but just let them talk for a second and. So, and then you could have really beautiful conversations when someone could be gentle with somebody in a conversational sense.
Well, thank you. That's it. Well, as far as
You're
not
gentle to me.
saying,
You're gentle. Like a lot of people, I chase a lot of people away with my way of talk. But like we've had a legendary talk, and that's because you could handle it. Like,
yeah, I'm really what's the word for that?
OG baby.
Yeah, it's really hard to get under my skin. I don't like it when people say
OG.
I'm thick-skinned, but
OG.
it is very tough to get under my skin.
Oh yeah, it's not. I don't know. I'm a concept. As a man, and I just make it say about this kind of weird man thing, but to be as being RICO ROXX, baby, that'd be fucking like to be. I understand what you're saying. To be able to just let's say you have to become the killer. Just like I have to be. Like it's crazy. Like, I have a concept of that we were mentioning at the same time. I have both to places.
Look at that photo album. Damn it!
I'm willing to go into like because I think that's like a part of my thing is like I like playing with that a little bit. I like playing with that a little bit to be fucking just to let yourself. I have that like this ultimate darkness, that part. Like let's say fucking this spirit, like this part, like this. It's hard to describe, but I keep it under control. Like, but he's there. I don't fucking.
He hangs out with you though.
But I always know that I have it though. I always know that I could put that out the box. Like not to be like, oh badass guy, I'm not a fighter. I said earlier I can't fight, but I know that I could let myself go. I'll fucking fight to the death instantly. Not to say that even matters. Like who gives a fuck? Like that's just. But no, I think keeps you trained up a little bit to be able to be that.
That one's not just.
So, okay, folks, we have another picture here. Yeah, so you're the OG in the game, Lite Brite. Lite Brite here on Social Suicide Podcast, which I mentioned was on podbean.com, but I'm also on Apple Podcast, Spotify.
There you go.
I like listening to this on Spotify.
The second and third photos were taken not too far apart in time. Like they're pretty same time frame pictures.
All right, folks. Well, holy shit! Like you're fucking. Eloquent is a good word to use. I'm glad I use that there too because I was gonna say eloquent, and that's. I'm glad that somebody else told you and everything too because I was deeply trying to describe what I was feeling at that time, and I meant that. So good on you.
More than one person also, did you know, has told me that they think that I could be from like a Palladian. You know, the Palladians are like really old extraterrestrial race.
That's all right, folks. That's awesome, baby. That's interesting. That's like a weird way to describe somebody. Like why they describe that
because it was wild. I was like, really, for real?
Like that's like an interesting word, like for sure. Like okay. Like, and then have you ever thought much about that? Like, did you ever give any credence to that, or like look into it, or was it just like
a whole lot? And really, maybe Palladians. It could be true.
Palladians, folks.
Yeah.
Palladians. I'm not super versed in those, so but I'm always interested to learn and stuff like this. But it's interesting you mentioned that. But what? Just real quick,
the Palladians are from, I think, are they fifth dimension? They're from the fifth dimension. In fact, I've got a Mystic Martian Oracle card deck. I will give you a brief description of the Palladians.
Run it, folks. Well, anyway, folks, I just right before you do though, let me just feel like as far as what people like, people could be like, oh, what do you look like? And you say, oh, you remind me of this. I've had people tell me a lot of things too, and it's interesting. Some people call me this, some people call me that. I'm sure there's a list, but when I've actually considered
it's more than just looks. It's like my
of course.
mannerisms, the things that I'm passionate about and care about and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, no, obviously it has nothing to do with looks. Like, yeah, not a look aspect. Or is it a look
No,
aspect? It's both.
with
Is it both?
extraterrestrial races, yes, look at the way you look too.
I never gave credit
Like,
to like my ancestry to be why I think like this. I always thought it was just me being a good processor of my environment, and that's why I behave I do. But I'm very angelic. I would describe myself as not as a Palladian, but an angel. Like I always think I'm a human angel walking around.
okay, let's see, what do we got? That's the shadow self, and then we've got what? The Syrians,
I feel
being
like
the
I'm a
Syrian
fucking angel,
faith,
not a Palladian. Is there an angelic
ruling.
race?
The Palladians are Alpha Centurions, the Anunnaki, Magas, Alpha Draconians.
Alpha Draconians.
The
That's a sick ass name.
Tallarites, the Galactic
I like that
Federation.
name, the Alpha Draconians, bitch. Alpha Draconians.
Yeah, they're
It's
pretty
kind of
cool
funny.
looking too.
Dude, today we fucking alpha. I was alpha as fuck today at work, and I fucking just tripped a bunch of the guys at work out, and they were tripping. A bunch of Mexicans. I fucking told them, they were like, they asked me a question, and I was like, nigga, this, and I just laid it down on them. I was like, this is my response, and then they were like, whoa. And I was like, and then they're like, you're describing this term in Spanish, and then it ended up being alpha, but the word he used was fucking crazy. It was like a really crazy word. I'm trying to remember it, but he was like, you're alpha. But it was, I don't fucking remember this moment. But if I remember it, I'll say it. But I fucking like told him, I was like, yeah, like that's how you must, like they were like, that's how you carry yourself. I told him, I was like, fellas, that's how I carry myself. Like they asked for a response, I was like, this is my response, and they're like, whoa. I was like, yeah, like why wouldn't it? It'd just be like the alpha of the situation. And they told me the alpha word in Spanish is gangsta. So alpha, whatever she said, what was the word? Alpha or something? Sapiens alpha.
It wasn't the Andromedans. It was
No, not the
not
Andromedans.
the
Alpha.
Agarthians either. Alpha Draconians.
There you go, folks. All right, so alpha's an interesting thing to be alpha. Alpha's a crazy one. And it's kind of, alpha even goes back because I'm definitely a free thinker, but I'm not definitely a scholar in many ways. I have my expertises, but then I just have not expertises. And alpha and omega, you hear that in
Ouch.
the past. I never like really researched alpha and omega too much.
Okay, he's showing some
Like alpha and omega, they always say there's like there's an alpha and an omega. It's like, okay, there's an alpha and omega. Like what?
Okay, I don't really just love the artist who designed this deck. I don't just love the art. Well, I do and I don't. I think she could have made all of them prettier. Okay, there we go. I sent you a photo of what Palladians are believed to look like.
All right, folks. Hold on, folks. Lite Brite, I'm gonna cut the podcast short because I have a guest at the studio, and I don't want to air this, so I'm going to have to say goodnight. Yeah, I will. But hey, folks, thank you so much for listening. And what a conversation, Lite Brite. And I hope, and just real quick to say about your knee thing, or what, man, it's gonna fucking suck, but don't panic for sure. Because trust in your regeneration ability. Your body can get fucked up, and sometimes your meat just has to just fucking heal for a while.
Yeah, but if
don't rush. Don't
re-injured
rush.
myself from where surgery was, that could really fuck
You're
me
smart
up
though.
later down the road.
You know that you're gonna try to stand, and if it hurts, you're gonna like, okay, not fuck with you. Like I think you're pretty bright. Well, honestly, you're light bright, so of course you're bright. But so you're bright enough to. But yeah, so I just want to say, just stay up for sure. Keep your head up but you'll get through. Like you know how to heal. You've done it, so.
Right. Yeah, I'll be fine.
But keep your head up, though, sweet face.
Well, thank you.
Keep your head up. Keep your head. I will. I'm gonna fucking chill for a bit, but I will be back on in a little while, possibly, folks. And this has been RICO ROXX Social Suicide Podcast, and Lite Brite. Shout out to everybody on Podbean, to Venom Havoc as well. Inspire. Shout out to Can't Sleep. Shout out Chris Wilson. Shout out Eric Kirk, 2013. Shout out. Who else we got there? We got again Age Mad. You got a bunch of people. Again, shout out to Zero Play. Shout out to bunch of my niggas, dog. Shout out to all you guys. Shout out to we'll go Mike Tampa Bay even. We'll fucking go Caps, of course. Shout out to again Boogie Nights, every fucking shout out Handy J too. Shout out Stewie Griffin. Shout out RICO ROXX, of course. Shout out RICO motherfucking ROXX in this bitch. Shout out Chris Wilson, we already mentioned. All right, peace out.